Welcome to Upside Down. My name is Taylor.
My name is Elise, and the guest we have today is Nashley.
Hi. We will start off with icebreakers about the topic red flags in friendship.
First question is, what does your friendship mean to you?
Well, friendship means that someone you could be comfortable around and, someone you're cool with and that you could joke around with.
Taylor, what does a friendship mean to you?
What friendship means to me is that when you can trust someone and you can rely on them and you can tell them basically anything. What does a friendship mean to you, Elise?
It's kind of the same as you and Nashley's. I just want to trust someone and have a good bond and relationship with them, so they're there so I can come to them with my problems and stuff, and it's I'm not scared to tell them stuff. Just like my parents, kind of I'm scared to tell my parents some stuff. With a friend, I should be able to just tell them stuff and them give me their opinion without being me being scared too.
What are some good after effects for friendships?
Some good after effects have to be, when you're just feeling good about yourself after you probably finish a phone call or just hanging out with a friend, just feeling good in the friendship and having joy when you're with that person is basically.
What about you, Elise?
It's kind of the same for me. I just like hanging out with my friends and being around them, especially at lunch, because I look forward to lunch at school. So it's I get to be with my friends, my close friends, and it's I just have so much fun. And it's when I leave lunch, even though I don't really have classes with Nashley because she's who I eat lunch with, I don't have classes with her besides homeroom. But the fact that I just get to eat lunch with her is really nice because it just brightens up the rest of the half of my day. What about you?
The good after effects is that when talking to someone and I make them laugh, I feel really happy and know that I can be and build in a better relationship with them and can finally be happy that I know I can trust someone. All right. What are some red flags in friendships you know about?
Some red flags have to be when your friend talks behind or in front of your face, just putting you down in front of others, or just you two. It's just. What about you?
Yeah, I have the same thing. Talking behind someone's back is just hypocritical. They say one thing to your face saying, "Oh, you're so nice," and "I love everything about you," and then to another person they're like, "Oh, I hate her. She's annoying," and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've dealt with that before. I've never personally done it to a person because I don't like dealing with it myself. So me doing it to a person is kind of, like you said, hypocritical. Why would I want that done to me and then do it to other person? If I don't want that for myself, why would I do it to someone else when I know I would feel a bad way about it? That's just not good.
Yeah, exactly. Has someone ever physically or mentally hurt you?
Physically no. Probably mentally, you know, they've probably said something to my face that made me feel bad about myself afterwards, or just something that really struck me. What about you?
Same thing for me. Mentally, there's a lot of people that I used to be friends with online, during summer of 2020, and it's more easier to be rude to someone online than it is to say it to their face. So that has happened to me a lot, but I never was physically hurt. What about you, Elise?
I could say a few times I've been physically hurt by my friends, and mentally definitely, because I've been dealing with stuff and I've dealt with stuff in the past, and honestly it's hurt me and I've learned from my mistakes, but also it's made my other friendships stronger because I've talked to them about it and they know about stuff that's happened to me. So it's it's at the same time I got hurt, but at the same time I strengthened friendships with my other friends.
What would you do if you were dealing with a friend that seems a little off?
Well, if one of my friends seems off, I will always start off with, "What's going on? Are you good?" And sometimes they just don't want to talk about it, so I just change the subject. Try to bring up the mood a little bit with a joke or two, and I just basically try changing the subject if they don't want to talk about it. But if they do, then I would just try comforting them to the best of my ability.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I also leave them their space if they want it, because sometimes people keep asking them for stuff or something like that, and then sometimes people just want a break. So, mentally they could be hurt or physically.
Yeah,
Hurts.
kind of the
It
same for
hurts
me.
me.
But it's like we all get over it, so it's fine.
How would you tell a friend if they are showing red flags?
I would definitely just confront them about it straight up. You know, I'd be like, you know, you're hurting my feelings, or just you're hurting me mentally, or if for some people physically. And I would just confront them about it, because the best way is to confront the situation.
Yeah, to their face.
Yeah, so at least they can know to not do it again. But if they do, then they're a fake friend.
One thing I don't suggest telling someone is over text, because like it's like, what if they're joking? Because like being on call or being actually in person is better, because you could see by the tone of their voice and the way they're saying it. It's like, oh, they're not joking. But text, like, you can't really show emotion with text.
Yeah.
You can to a certain point, but if you're showing like a serious thing, it's like not as easy to tell as if you were on call or in person. So I suggest, if you're telling people that they're showing red flags, I suggest to do it in person or on call. Definitely in person though, because they'll take that to heart. They'll be like, they took the time out of their day, not even on call, to tell it to me. So that's good.
Yeah, I agree.
If someone were to tell you that you were showing red flags, how would you react?
I would definitely be, some people, they're oblivious to showing red flags. You know, some people, they just don't know that they're hurting another person. So I would definitely be a little, I would definitely be a little baffled, and I would definitely just ask what happened, like what I'm doing to hurt the other person, and then I'd start off by apologizing, and then just stop whatever's bothering them.
Yeah, totally. I completely agree.
Same here. Like if that happened to me and they're telling me you're showing red flags and stuff, that's definitely something I would take to the heart and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to put you like that. Because I've dealt with people showing red flags to me, and I hate the feeling. So me doing it to another person and telling me, and them actually telling me, oh, you're hurting my feelings, you're doing this, you're showing that, it's like, okay, like, thank you for telling me, because I'll definitely stop it, because I don't want to hurt your feelings, and we're friends.
Yeah, exactly. What advice would you give someone that has a friend showing signs of toxicity and red flags?
I would definitely start off by saying to distance himself from that specific person, because it's not good that they're showing those signs. And if they keep doing those and acting while you're distancing yourself, then you obviously have to confront the situation and tell them about it. And honestly, some people just end up saying, "Oh, it's okay, I'll change," and all these things. But they sometimes don't. So if that does end up happening, then sometimes you have to cut the friendship, because I've had times where people would ask me for like answers for like homeworks and things, and just basically answers for the test and stuff, and they would only ask me for those specific things, and it'd just be annoying. So sometimes I just have to like stop the situation, and then
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree. Telling the friend to confront them is a huge factor, but also it depends on their friendship. Because if the friendship is mainly one-sided, like one person is committed to it and the other is not, and they don't really care about the other person's feelings, then you know that it's not gonna withstand, and it's probably not gonna even last.
Yeah, same here. Like, if I'm giving advice to someone who doesn't, like, who's showing signs, like, because a friend is showing toxicity, I definitely would say, like, kind of the same thing. Like, I would be like, me personally, I'd be like, you're doing stuff that's really hurting my feelings. You're going over the line if you're making jokes. Like, if we're in a situation, you're going over the line making jokes. And it's like, it's hurting my feelings. It's hurting people around me. And I just wanted to tell you, you don't always have to end a friendship if they're showing red flags. But if it's bad and it's like they keep on doing it, if you told them multiple times, that's like the best thing to do. Just end the friendship, because obviously you're getting hurt too much.
Yeah, because friendships shouldn't hurt. Although those people on the outside, they're like, oh, they should probably get out of the friendship. But from the inside, it's actually really hard to. But sometimes you just got to know when to stop and when to
Exactly,
leave.
because no one knows your relationship with the person better than you.
Yeah. All right. That's it for this episode of Upside Down, red flags in a friendship. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.